doing the right things, but your life still feels stuck. It's not your habits, it's the frame you're living inside. Most people think progress comes from doing more effort, more discipline, more motivation. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is the lens you're looking through, because the same event can break one person, yet sharpen another. In this video, I'm going to show you why your mental frame controls your results, your confidence, and your future, and how to fix it before you waste years fighting the wrong battle. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll see exactly why some people always seem calm, focused, and unshakable, even when life hits them hard. Let me tell you a quick story. Two people wake up late for work. Same alarm, same time, same mistake. One person thinks, I'm an idiot. I always mess things up. This day is ruined. Person 2 thinks, alright, that's annoying. Let's move. Same situation, completely different outcome. One spirals, the other adapts. Not because one is smarter, not because one is more disciplined, but because they live inside a different mental frame. Your mental frame is the story you tell yourself about what's happening, and more importantly, what it means about you. It decides whether failure makes you quit or adjust, whether pressure breaks you or sharpens you, whether silence feels peaceful or terrifying. Most people never question this frame. They inherit it from parents, teachers, friends, social media, and past failures. And then they wonder why life feels heavy. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't experience reality directly. You experience your interpretation of it. That's why two people can go through the same childhood, the same job, the same breakup, and come out completely different. Your frame acts like a filter. It decides what you focus on, what you ignore, what you take personally, and what you let go. If your frame is weak, everything feels personal. Every delay feels like a rejection. Every mistake feels like proof you're failing. If your frame is strong, life feels lighter, even when it's hard. Pressure doesn't disappear, it just stops owning you. Think about confidence for a second. Most people think confidence comes from success. That's backwards. Confidence comes from interpretation. A confident person doesn't think nothing bad will happen. They think whatever happens, I'll handle it. That's a frame. When someone ignores your message, someone with a weak frame thinks I did something wrong. But a strong frame thinks they're just busy. When you fail at something, a person with a weak frame thinks I'm not built for this. Someone with a strong frame will go, good, now I know what doesn't work. Same facts, different meaning. And meaning controls emotion. Emotion controls action. And action controls your results. That's the chain most people never see. Now, here's the real problem. Most people don't choose their frame. They default into one. And the default frame society gives you is soft, fragile, and loud. It tells you that discomfort is bad, silence is scary, boredom means something is wrong, and every feeling deserves attention. Some people spend their lives reacting instead of deciding. They chase motivation instead of building stability. They chase validation instead of direction. And slowly, without noticing, they become stuck. Not stuck because they're lazy, stuck because their frame makes everything feel heavier than it needs to be. Let's talk about stress. Stress doesn't come from work, pressure, or responsibility. It comes from resistance. Two people can work these same long hours. One feels alive, yet the other feels crushed. Why? Because one person sees pressure as purpose, the other sees it as a punishment. Your frame decides whether effort feels meaningful or miserable. That's why some people can thrive in chaos and others collapse into comfort. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. If your life feels stuck, it's not because you lack information. You already know what to do. Sleep better, train, work consistently, and stop doom scrolling. You don't need another checklist. What you need is a frame shift. Because a weak frame turns good advice into pressure. A strong frame turns effort into identity. Let me show you how this plays out. A weak frame sounds like, I need motivation to start. I'll do it when I feel ready. What if I fail? What will people think? A strong frame sounds like, this is who I am now. Feelings come later. Failure is feedback. Most people don't matter. Notice the difference. One waits, the other moves. Here's the challenge most people face. They try to fix their life without fixing their frame. So they start routines they can't sustain. They set goals they don't believe in, and they copy habits without identity. And when it doesn't work, they blame themselves. But the problem was never effort, it was alignment. You can't build discipline on a frame that hates discomfort. You can't build confidence on a frame that needs approval. You can't build peace on a frame addicted to noise. This is where most people quit. Because changing your frame feels scary. Why? Because your old frame, even if it's painful, it's familiar. And the brain loves familiar pain more than unknown growth. A new frame demands responsibility. No excuses, no hiding, no outsourcing blame. And that's terrifying at first. Here's how you start rebuilding your mental frame. First, stop narrating your life like a victim. Not everything needs a story. Not every emotion needs a reaction. Silence doesn't mean something is wrong. It means nothing is happening. And that's okay. Second, treat discomfort like a signal, not a threat. cold mornings, hard workouts, awkward conversations. These aren't problems. They are proof that you're alive and growing. Third, decide who you are before results show up. Don't wait to feel confident to act confident. Act first. Let the feeling catch up. Here's a simple rule that changes everything. Ask yourself, what would this mean if I was already the person I want to be? Failure stops being scary. Criticism stops being loud. Time stops feeling wasted. Your frame shifts from survival to direction. At some point, you'll notice something strange. The same problems that used to stress you out don't anymore. Not because life got easier, but because you got steadier. You stop needing constant reassurance. You stop chasing hype. You stop explaining yourself. Your world gets quieter, and in that quiet, clarity shows up. This is the moment most people never reach, because they keep trying to feel better instead of seeing clearer. A strong mental frame doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you less controlled by your emotion. You still feel the fear, and you still feel the doubt. However, you just don't obey them. Let me be very clear. Fixing your mental frame won't instantly fix your life, but not fixing it guarantees that you stay stuck. The same cycles, same stress, same false starts. Your habits matter, your actions matter, but your frame decides if those habits stick or fade. So here's the question you should sit with. What story are you telling yourself every single day? Is it making you stronger or smaller? Because the moment you change that story, everything else follows. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. If this clicked for you, the next video breaks down how to build an unshakable frame step by step. Watch it next.